Let's talk about it. Real truth and power. Health. Wealth. Knowledge of self. Uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Real truth and power. Health. Wealth. Knowledge of self. Uplifting the community. Let's talk about it.
What's up, family? What's up, family? Let me know if you guys have any technical issues. I'm trying to get us on TikTok. We're going TikTok today. We got a powerful show. Are black people ready to govern themselves? Are black people ready to govern themselves? It's going to be a powerful show. So as you know, let's start the show and let's start the show off right.
You are now tuned in to Real Truth and Power, the show that uplifts the community with health, wealth, and knowledge of self. Here's your host, Everett Winchester.
There we go. I'm going to make sure that we're streaming out on Facebook and get everything going. Thank you for your patience. I'm sorry I didn't know I was muted. The topic of today, are black people ready to govern themselves? Are black people ready to govern themselves? As you guys know, I've been doing a lot of posts about unity. But the fact is, if we do get unity, are we ready? Are we ready to govern ourselves? Are we ready to take it to the next level? That is an important topic that we're going to talk about today. I'm so excited. We got a couple of people getting ready to log in. So thank you for your patience. What we do is we always like to support our sponsors. And one of our sponsors, of course, is the division that I'm in, Barker Clark. So we're going to promote the UNIA. We're going to promote a lot of things going on. So let's go play these commercial videos real quick, and then we'll go back to start the show. I do a little intro and then I bring in some guests and I start sending in the link. So here goes the first commercial. Stay tuned. We'll start in 1 second.
It starts the moment we open our eyes. We're born with emotion. Life shapes it. Challenges sharpen it. The world throws chaos at us, but we learn the patterns. We master the storm. We fall, but together, we rise. This isn't just fashion. It's armor. It's proof you've earned every piece of who you are. Emotional intelligence. Wear your evolution.
I used to think revolution meant fire and fists, but silence is louder. I need to speak at tonight's UNIA ACL Zoom meeting, because if I don't, my nephew's gonna grow up thinking power lives outside our people. I wasn't raised on Garvey. I was raised on survival. But last month, someone on that Zoom said, "Black unity isn't an idea, it's an action." That line hit me harder than anything in school, church, or the block. But right before I log on, I freeze up. What if I say the wrong thing? What if I ain't conscious enough? Then I hear my nephew in the next room say, "Uncle Malik, when I grow up, I want to be just like you." That was it. I hit join, and I told the truth. Not the polished version, the version our people need to hear. Turns out, that voice in your head, it's not fear, it's your ancestors. The meeting didn't just change me, it reminded me who I've always been. Join us, Baltimore UNIA, mass meeting. Join the Baltimore UNIA. Don't let your legacy pass you by. Your ancestors are waiting.
You think viral videos take days? Pixel's here to prove otherwise. No time. Everyone's watching. Your story has to pop. Every click counts. Every second spark a share. Boom! 100,000 views before lunch. But what if it still gets lost online? Not with Dynamic Media Legacy. Start your viral video now.
All right, family, we'll be showing a lot more commercials throughout the day. That last one was Dynamic Media Legacy. So if you're a business and you're interested in getting AI videos, marketing, stuff like that through AI, hit us up. That is my business, Dynamic Media Legacy. That first video was of emotional intelligence, a powerful, powerful Black-owned clothing line. So you guys definitely want to hit it up. So I know we're on TikTok right now. I believe we're on Instagram right now, so I'm feeling good. Everything's looking good right now. I see the comments coming in. So what I'm going to do right now is ask you guys to do me one favor. If you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, I need you guys to do me one favor.
Smash it now!
Hit that like button. Please hit the like button because that helps the algorithms go out. And we really want to get this powerful information out to the family. Also, if you are on YouTube, you know you got to do this for me. Subscribe. And last but not least, please, if you're really trying to support Black-owned and you saying you're about it, go to this media right now. UNIA Rock Media. It is the official media board for the UNIA. We're starting our own platform. We're working on it. We're building it. We have shows coming on Monday and Tuesday. That the community focus show, and on Fridays I'll be trying to stream as much as I can. So if you can, UNIA Rock Media, UNIA Rock Media. Thank you so much. And also, if you want to join the show, I'll put that link up as well. I also put it in the chat. But if you want to join the show, I believe I have it somewhere in here where you can find the link. But I will definitely put that out as well. So let's get going. Are Black people ready to govern themselves? We already talk about unity. Of course, in the UNIA, I always got put our plug, and we always feel that we're ready. We have everything in place, the government, the Constitution, the flag, everything. And we have order and discipline, but everybody's not in the UNIA. Everybody has their own organizations or they're doing their own thing, and they may be conscious enough and ready, but are we as a people ready to govern ourselves? I'm going to bring in the first guest. Let me get here real quick, get to my interview screen. What's up, good brother?
What's going on, man?
First of all, hold on, brother. You ever see the show with Shannon Sharp when he take his glasses off, brother? I mean, forgive me, family. This may get a little personal for a minute. You sent me a video talking about you wanted to be on my podcast, brother, to yes, speak truth to the people, but you called me a couple of names. You called me a couple of names. You called me my name, Everett. You called me a couple of names I refuse to repeat. But what you didn't call me is Chant for when I made you tap out of Emerson Village in our boxing match in the alley of Lyndhurst, brother.
Nothing.
Brother, you need to call me Chant. You wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready. PD had called me, and I took it on a up to down notice like Roberto Duran did the second fight with Sugar Ray. I wasn't ready.
Brother, all I know is I won the match and you tapped out. That's all I can say, brother.
You won the match. I was smoking that day, and I wasn't ready. I didn't expect the match.
All right, well, I'm going to give you a pass, brother. We ain't going to talk about the second boxing match because that don't count.
Okay, we can go.
All right, bro. Put yourself on the screen. I want to make sure I see your face good, brother. Are Black people ready to govern themselves? First, introduce yourself to the people.
How you doing? My name is Ronald Reed.
What's up, Reed?
You know, I am like this. Black people are not ready to govern themselves.
Uh-oh.
No.
Why you say that, good brother?
We can't stick together, brother. We too much backstabbing. We can't see another Black person get ahead like other nationalities. I give you an example. On my job, we have 3 nationalities, right?
Uh-huh.
All the BS comes from one. All the fights come from one. The other nationalities don't have the drama. It's only the Black nationality. The other nationalities don't backstab each other. They help each other out, not us. If they put a Black leader up there and we govern ourselves, they would assassinate them. Our own people.
Well, let me go with this.
Our own people.
Let me say this though. There's a lot of propaganda. You know, other cultures backstab themselves too, but I do understand what you're saying. We got a lot of agents in our community. We got a lot of people that what I said in my last video, they still in the master syndrome. We sick master syndrome. We got a lot of those people out there. But I want to ask you, the people that are ready, because Marcus Garvey says we can't take everybody back to Africa. So for the people that are ready, you don't think it's not a lot? I think it's a lot.
How many is it? What you call a lot? Because I don't think so. You got about a handful. I think it's got a lot.
I think it's a lot. How many people do you see? But do you go to these events that we go to? Do you go to African Liberation Day? Yes or no?
Do I go to Do I go to African Liberation Day? No, I do not.
Do you go? Do you hold up? Do you go to the Marcus Garvey Festival, brother? Do you go to the Marcus Garvey Festival?
No, I do not.
So how can you say that we're not ready when you're not doing a lot of the things that where people are? You're not at where the people are at that are ready. So how can you say that?
I don't go to no African Liberation Festival because number one, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
When the last time you been to Africa?
I haven't been yet, but I'm working on it.
Okay, you haven't been, but yet you want me to go to a Liberation Festival. I've been to a festival here in America. I don't really care about what's going on in Africa. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, brother.
Do you have any African friends?
Yes.
Okay, I want you to ask them this question.
Go ahead.
And when you ask them this question, I want you to see just how they look at you, because they're going to want to know how you got this question. You know what the question is?
What's the question?
Ask them when they were first brought over here, were they told to stay away from black people?
Well, here's the problem you have. Ask them
that question.
I got family that's from Africa. So I already
ask them that question.
I don't have to ask
them that.
No, but I'm gonna ask you. Go. Let me ask you this question though. So you trying to tell me you don't know any Africans in here?
I got a whole bunch of them. How do you think I got the question?
Okay, and all of them answers you that question like that. What did they say? What was the answer?
Not only Africans, Mexicans too, other nationalities. Why do you think they look at us like that? You can look at some of them that speak perfect English, but yet won't hold one conversation with you. Why? Because they were told not to deal with you.
But that again, you saying they were told, and that's the problem. We gotta hear me out. We gotta eliminate that issue. How can you eliminate it? Here, I'm gonna tell you how. Because one thing you have to know is a division thing. People want us divided. I said this in a panel discussion yesterday. Yeah, they want us divided. You know how it is. Light skin, dark skin. House Negro, field Negro.
That?
Hold up.
Who started that?
The slave driver started that. That's who started it.
No, check it out.
Go ahead.
But the black man pressed it on. The black man put it on.
Because
now, you grew up in the day. You saw that light skin, dark skin. Wasn't no white man telling that light skinned boy that black man, that was a black man on a black man.
Hear me out. Let me speak. I'll tell you this. That's the problem they want us to say because why? Because I gotta take time to educate you because I know you crazy as hell. Listen to me. That's what. Hear me out. Hear me out. That's what they want us to think, brother. That's why they want us to act. Because if we get united on a global level, we'll be running things. And we got to get... hold on, hear me out. It doesn't matter how long we have to change. We have to change. So what you saying is you're not going to network with any Africans. You're not going to network with anybody. Then we never gonna win because they Africans getting. Yeah, go ahead.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Why would I want to network with an African when I can network with somebody right here in America?
I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why. Because we talking about global unity, not just here. We want to hold up. You talking, but you probably can't even network with people over here. So it might not be a unity.
A lot of people over here.
Who you networking with? You probably the way you talking about Africans, man. The way you talking about Africans, you probably talking about people on the east side, brother. Ain't no unity.
Right in my daggone building right now can tell you word for word. I got a homeboy named Omar. He's from Uganda, and he was told not to deal with black people over here, he said, because they are ignorant and they will try to manipulate you, is what he was told. Then I got another one that his mother owns a hair salon right next to my building, and they were told the same thing. It's like this. You don't know what them Africans be talking in the kitchen at the table. Come on now, we are the lowest race on the total pole right here, the American Negro.
Here you go. Hold on, I gotta stop you right there. When we talk about race, I'm talking about people that look like me, and we all on the bottom everywhere. And hear me out. Hold up. And we going
they 10 times better than us. You know,
we going
just like I know, they act like they better than us.
I
They
don't know that,
really
brother.
deal with
I don't
us.
know that.
All they want from
I-
us is our money.
I think what you have to do is you have to change the environment you in, brother. You have to change the environment. But I'm
born and raised, brother. Let me ask you a question. We always talking the black liberation, the black this, the black that, the black this. I asked you a question. I said,
Yes.
when have you ever been to Africa? You
I'm-
said, I've never been to Africa.
Right.
Okay, I'm not worried about Africa. Africa is Africa. I'm worried about America, where I'm from.
This is what I'm gonna break that down to you better. I'm gonna break this down to you better. I'm not worried about Africa. I'm not worried about America. I'm worried about black people. I'm worried about people that look like me. See, that's the difference. And like, hold up, here you go. So you saying I shouldn't worry about my cousins from Nigeria?
No.
You talking about I shouldn't worry about my family from Jamaica?
What about your cousins over here? How about Nigeria got their own thing? Nigeria got their own thing.
You probably
I'm not worried about if I do got cousins in Nigeria. I ain't never met them, and I don't really care about them. They ain't never met me. I'm worried about my cousins over here. I mean, if you're gonna liberate something, liberate the youth over here. If you're gonna educate something, educate the youth over here. I'm not worried about Africa. I'm not worried about it. I'm really not.
I guarantee you.
I ain't never been there.
You probably ain't worried about your aunts or your uncles or your cousins either, brother, because you're a selfish dude. I can see that right now, but I'm going to pray for you.
I'm worried about my cousins. They live here.
I'm going to pray for you.
If I got some cousins over in Africa, I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about them.
All right, well, worried about Africa. I'm going to bring on my next guest. If you can stay on, stay on. I'm going to try to put you back in the green room. If you can stay on, because I'm sure they want to holler at you about some shit. I love the truth. I'm just thinking you speak it.
I'm giving you the truth.
Listen to what I'm telling you.
You bring me one African.
I just told you I got African people from Africa in my family. I'm in the UNIA. Hold up, Reed. You're not listening. I'm in the UNIA. We got divisions in Africa. So you can't say that. You can't. I got. Hold on. No. Don't. Hold on. You've been talking and running your mouth. Hold up. Don't say no but. You asked me. I answered your question. Don't say no but. No. Don't say no but. Don't say no but. The bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. I'm going to be over in Africa on this UNIA trip, hopefully in 2027. You need to come with me. You need to come to a UNIA meeting. When I go to Africa, you going to come with me? You coming with me?
Huh?
You coming with me?
If you will take me? I don't know. I'm going to spend my money to go to Africa. If you will take me, I'm not worried about Africa. I could care less. I wasn't born in Africa. I got ancestors in Africa.
There you go.
I was born right here.
And you're going to be, and guess what? You're going to be right here smoking them fugs and drinking that liquor.
I gave up cigarettes. I don't smoke no more. I smoke my little thing, but I don't smoke cigarettes no more.
Oh, God. But I got to bring on the next guest. I'm gonna bring on the next guest because you ain't listening, brother. I'm praying for you.
You heard the truth.
Listen to this.
I care about another country.
Listen to this. You listen to this. You got 2 months, and I'm gonna knock your ass out again on the next boxing match. How about that? This guy. I'm gonna bring on the next guest. I want y'all to ask me what are we talking about, and please help me help my brother Ronald because he seems to be on some FBA confused stuff. Are we ready to govern ourselves? And that's one thing I'm talking about unity. Why he said we're not ready because we can't stick together. Did you hear how he sounded? Did you hear what he said? He ain't trying to unite with everybody. And I guarantee you, he's talking about people on the east side. He's talking about people down the block. And I know he is because I know him. So I'm going to try to pray for him. We're going to try to bring him back in a minute, but let me go to my next guest because he said a handful. Hey, I'm going to bring in my next guest. Hold tight. I'm going to get you back in a minute, Reed. I'm going to get you back in a minute. All right?
All
right, hold tight. I'm going to get you back in a minute. If I lose you, jump back on. I'm going to bring in my next guest. Here we go. Pandemus. You are on, my brother. You are on. Are you there, good brother?
Can you hear me, Finley?
I hear you, but I
Yeah, can
don't
you hear
see
me?
you. I hear you, but I don't see you. Hold on real quick. I'm going to come right back
Yeah,
to you. Hold on real quick. I'm going to
yeah.
come
Share my
right back
screen.
to you. I'm trying to
Share my
share you
screen.
now. You ready to go in?
Oh
Hold
yeah.
on one.
Can you hear me and see me?
I see you, good brother. Hold on. I'm going to try to get back on there myself. Now I don't see you. Hold on real quick. I lost you. Are you on here twice?
Nah, I got this. I
Can
got
you
my
hear
screen up
me?
though, so you should be up.
All right, hold on. All right. I see you. I'm trying to get you on here. I see you on here
Right, you
now.
should be
But for,
good.
all right, go
All
ahead.
right, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
And you can hear me. All
Yes.
right, peace and love to the family. Race first. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got to say that. Salute, brother president. You know what I'm saying? We always appreciate the work that you're doing. Also on your Minister of Information hat, we appreciate that. Um, big up Division 421. Big up Division 106. Um, so I am the animated ambassador. You know what I'm saying, for the UNIA. You know what I'm saying? And I'm listening to the conversation. I tried to come in and just have a regular conversation at first and start off smooth. But the brother was, you know, he was hitting on a couple points.
Yes.
Um, that whole conversation started from brother president asking the brother if he attended certain events,
Mm-hmm.
one of which being the Marcus Garvey Day, the other being African Liberation Day, and that's where that little sidebar started from. So I would just suggest to the family that when we are talking about unification and the term African comes up, we shouldn't have such a vitriolic response. When we talk about unification of the people that are in the United States, we must realize when we're talking about those people, one of the things that unites them is their African heritage, like the brother just admitted. So
Yes.
it's not about trying to do something for Nigeria or Uganda. It's not trying to uplift a place that's not a place that you were born in. It's the fact that the things that have happened to the people that look like us in the United States and everywhere else on the globe, but since the brother focused on the United States, the things that have happened to the people that look like us in the United States have happened to us because of our African ancestry.
Yes.
Now, when once we realize that and stop finding reasons to not unify, when we go to the African Liberation Day, we don't have that problem. We
That's
realize that
right.
it's just black folks coming together in a unification mission to uplift each other and to build something in that effort. Right? The moment you stop to try and figure out a reason why you can't come unify, you have to realize that it's you at that moment. It's not nobody else.
That's right, brother.
It's not they can't unify. It's not, oh, at my job they messing around. It's not, oh, in Chicago they shoot. It's not down in Florida they doing this, that, and third. It's when asked, will you come unify with your people, and you find a reason not to, the games have to stop. The reality is our people is dying in the streets. They fuck around and just stopped the Civil Rights Voting Act just a minute ago
That's
for
right.
your African heritage. That's the reason they did it. Right? So now the only recourse you have has to be based on said thing. Every time you find a reason not to base it on that, they find a reason to laugh at us, find a reason to point a finger and say, y'all don't want nothing anyways. Every single group across the globe through the history of time that gained benefit for that group was unified first and made a demand with power backing it.
Go ahead,
The
brother.
moment you can play semantics with the words in you, whether you from Tennessee or Louisiana or goddamn Oregon, every time you stop to play that game, huh? Matter of fact, rewind. Yes, when the continental Africans get brought over here, let's stay focused on the wording. Brought over here, they are brought over here with certain programs, through certain programs that are funded by certain organizations that have certain interests in mind. So, yes, those continental Africans are told to stay away from, especially me and Everett, because we gonna get to talking about things. But yeah, they told them to stay away from regular black Americans. Yes, stay away from them. Now, what we do in response to that is what matters. Do we allow that to jump, or do we create and maintain a situation where our people from the continent come over here and get taught the truth. If we're going to focus on the people on this continent, on the United States of America, where is the messaging of unity in the conversations that we having?
Mm-hmm.
There is no time when we got to play and we can talk about other shit. If we talking about boxing, we talking about black boxing. You see me, I'm an animated character. It's a black cartoon. We talk about representation for the babies. When we talk about women, we talking about uplifting the black woman. You see me? In every single situation, race matters, and the only reason race is a thing is because of your African heritage. Now, y'all
Go
want
ahead,
to, some of
brother.
y'all want to play this. I'm sorry, I can't stop. So you're going to tell me to shut
Go
up.
ahead, brother. I'm saying
Some
go
folks
ahead.
want to
You
play.
on it.
Some of the folks want to play the ABOS and FBA business. Go play that. Didn't nobody tell? Nobody is stopping you from doing what you want to. If you definitely don't want to be African, go do that. And I'm not talking to the brother right now, right? But that's what you want to do. Go do that, right? But you must understand when you're talking about reparations, right? Which folks is trying to beg for, trying to position for, trying to hope that they're gonna get pat on the head for. All right, you're trying to position yourself for that. Okay, what happened to you was based on things that also happened to Africans. How can you separate yourself from them? What proof do you have that you were not them? And then at the same time you trying to prove that to them, you have to ask yourself a question. How do you expect a moral response from immoral people that set you up in this situation to be asking them for reparations in the first place?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. Let me ask you something,
Brother
Pan.
asked a question this
Look,
afternoon. He said, yo, is we ready to govern ourselves? The question is, who is we? When it comes
bingo.
time to talk about ourselves, what are we talking about? Every single person that gains benefit on the planet comes from some sort of organizational government.
Now hold on,
Folks
Pan.
that are
Hold
part of
on.
the Ma'afa have been scattered and separated from our government structure.
Hold
Everybody
on,
know that.
Pan.
Everybody just know the story of Marcus Garvey and how he put together the flag to make sure that no matter where we were on the planet, we had a way to unify.
Hold up, Pan. Hold on. I gotta ask you a question. Because we try to save people like this. But what do the teachings of Marcus Garvey tell us about people like this that just don't get it? What does he say?
Well, primarily he's saying there's some that's gonna be good here, or there's some that's no good here, and some that's no good over there.
I
That
need you
was
to
my
say
first
that again,
conversation.
brother. I need you to say that again, brother.
And again, this is not an attack at the brother, but
Right.
it is some as far as the conversation about going to Africa or helping Africa or doing anything for Africa, it's some that's no good here, and then therefore there will be no good there.
That's
So we're
right.
not talking about them neither.
That's right.
For every African, for every continental African you can find that's anti-Black American, I can find you 10,000. That's about it, about it. The only ones you get a chance to talk to is the sellouts. Think about how they got here. They either bought their way here because they had money, how they get that, or they got sent over here through a program, a sponsorship program, right? The majority of the people that we link with on some revolutionary thing can't even get out the country. Come on, man. Race first. Talk to him, Everett, man. Come pull me out. Listen.
Race first. Hey, look, I'm glad you called in. I got a couple more guests, but I appreciate you. Just let everybody know what's going on with you. You getting in any more debates lately? Anything? Well, get a little plug real
Oh
quick
yeah, I
before.
got oh yeah. My name is Pandemus, man. I'm the Pan-African atheist. I try and deal with obviously black cartoons, black representation, try and bring awareness to that type of thing, as well as the religious connotation. One of the things that Garvey and Garveyism always taught is that no matter what you believe, we all can come under this flag. You know what I'm saying? Including black atheists. A lot of time, black atheists is afraid to come out and talk about things, and I hope to give them an avenue to get their voice out there.
Real quick, one thing that you could give my good brother Reed, that some good advice to maybe help him and steer him the right way. What would you do? Because like you say, some people are not going to think about unity. They're not going to see it. They're going to focus on themselves. They're going to focus on here and things of that nature. But one good thing would you say before you roll that could help my good brother out?
well, for real, and this is not a game. I can tell that is a good brother, and it's definitely fam. And the most real thing is I can say is stay close to Brother Everett. The man is not playing. He's serious about this. Learn from him. He's got things to teach. This is not game time. It is definitely unification time. Think back in history when times like these happened. These were the times when we galvanized, and Brother Everett is one to get behind. Race first.
Race first, brother Pan. I appreciate you, good brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to go into our next guest. This is a powerful moment, and the reason I wanted Reed to come on, and I like Reed because he brings a lot of energy and a lot of passion, is people think like this. Our people think like this, and Reed can be a real soldier. He can be a real soldier for the cause, but we got to help our brother understand that in our community, the community that I'm in a bunch of them, by the way, but I'll say the Pan-African community, that we have to make sure that people like that we don't leave behind until we can't bring them with us. So I hope the brother's listening and getting a little thought, because, you know, we're all on the bottom all over. And this is the plan to keep us separated, to keep us divided, to keep us hating each other. And we can't let the one bad apple spoil the bunch that he's been dealing with. I'm gonna bring in my next brother. Hold tight and cozy. I got somebody coming in. I see you also in here, brother Mark. And I'll try to get back with you to close out Reed if you're still in. And if you're interested in calling the show, I put the link in the chat. I'll put that up in a minute. I'm gonna bring in my good brother Cliff. My man, peace and blessings, brother Cliff. Hotep. Introduce yourself to the people.
Okay. I'm Brother Cliff. I'm the Maryland facilitator for an organization called the Sixth Region Diaspora Caucus. I'm also the former deputy coordinator for North America for the Pan-African Federalist Movement. I'm now their research and strategy guy for whatever that's worth. I'm also the moderator of the Maryland Pan-African Cooperative Coalition. We are attempting to form something akin to a Black United Front. I know a number of our organizers and activists locally want to form a Black United Front. What we are concentrating on is the development of what I like to call a cooperative coalition. And that's just mainly based on a little bit of historical experience, that it seems that whenever we create a Black United Front, it disunites within a matter of weeks. And among the reasons why that disuniting happens, actually, to some degree, I think is connected with your topic today and your topic from last week.
Yes. So let me ask you, brother Cliff, because that is a issue. I guess it's all coming together. The issues with unity with our people, the issues with governing ourselves, even if we had the unity. And I know you couldn't make it on last week, so I guess the question is twofold. So I asked you both questions, and I know you can break it down. Why aren't we? And like the brother said, we shouldn't be worried about people all over the world, but we can't even get ourselves together here. Why aren't some of these organizations working together? And are we ready to govern ourselves with the ones that are? What do you feel about that?
Okay. Well, let's see. I think I'll tackle your second question first, because I think the first question kind of impacts on the second question. If you had asked me 48 hours ago, can Black people govern themselves, my answer probably would have been a hard no. Right now, my answer is not a hard no. It is a qualified no, but with some hope that my pessimism can be proved wrong. And a little bit of what we've already heard today, the attitudes that your first guest displayed or exemplified, those are not outliers. A lot of us, unfortunately, feel this way. And we have to be able to, first of all, deal with and counteract the disinformation that they have been subjected to that leads to that. First of all, the reason why we embrace Pan-Africanism or Pan-African organizing is, as I know Mama Marimba Ani said this, and I think Osajifo Kwame Nkrumah might have said this too. You're not African because you are born in Africa. You're African because Africa is born in you.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So that is the first thing. Now, the second thing, and I got to put on my extra pair of eyes here because my vision is not as sharp as it used to be. Recently, we had the Supreme Court strike down, I think it's Article 2 of the Voting Rights Act, and in many people's eyes, it completely gutted that entire act as it had been passed in 1965, and it didn't take the entire act out, but it weakened it seriously. And one of the reasons why they're able to get away with these kinds of things is because they look at us and they see us as not really having the power to effectively influence what they do. It's also why the people who claim to be on our side, whether it's in the mayor's office, the governor's mansion, the White House, the Senate, the legislature, or the Congress, is because, again, they don't see us as having that kind of influence. You take a look at other groups in the United States, whether you're talking about the Asian community, where the Chinese and the Vietnamese and the Laotians and the Japanese and the Koreans don't really mix all that well. And in some cases, they don't even get along.
That's right.
And people, Baba David Murphy of National Black Unity News, he said he had a meeting with a group of Asian leaders in this area, and they said that they are really not as together as we like to think. They think we're more together than they are.
That's right.
Other groups do have these kinds of issues. You take a look at the Latino community. You've got Cubans living in Miami, and they can't wait to see the Cuban government brought down. You've got some Latinos in the United States who voted for a president and for representatives who regularly are seeking to deport people from sometimes their own homelands who have come here largely because of the destabilization that the United States has imposed upon their home countries, forcing them to come here. So you see instances in other communities where there appears to be little or no sympathy from one group within that community and another. So we're not the only group that's completely disorganized. The difference is that while those other groups, especially the Asian community and the Jewish community, and they don't all get along either, because you got right-wing and left-wing Jews, they have an international connection with China, with Japan, with Israel, with whatever Latin American or Eastern or European country that they hail from, that they can use to put external pressure on the United States. We don't have that connect. We have it, but we don't have it. We have it because it's there. We don't have it because we don't use it. We don't use it because we feel no connection to it. While the other communities do feel a connection to their homeland, we have essentially allowed the connection to our homeland to be severed. And many of our sisters and brothers from the continent have allowed this as well. On the question of what Africans say about us, I had a bit of an awakening in 2009 when I was in Seattle, Washington, for the International Summit of one of the organizations I'm in, Sixth Region Diaspora Caucus, SRDC. And at that summit, we had a brother we actually had two brothers prominently from the continent. One was an elder from Burundi, and he was there to work with us and to organize with us. But there was also a brother from Sudan who was there. And this brother talked about how when he came to the United States, one of the first people that approached him was someone from the United States State Department. That person told him, stay away from the African Americans. They will only hurt you. So in other words, it's clear there's a propaganda machine at work that's designed to keep us separated from our African sisters and brothers. Well, this brother followed that advice pretty faithfully until one day when he got accosted, beaten, arrested, and thrown in jail by essentially a racist police officer in Seattle, Washington. He's sitting in a jail cell, doesn't know who's going to help him because he's completely alone. He's completely separated. Someone came to that police station and bailed him out, basically saved him. And that was an African American sister there in Seattle. And this is all what this brother told us at that session, at that meeting, at that conference. If we heard that from that brother, you know it happens on a number of other fronts as well. We are constantly told that Africans dislike us, that Africans look down their noses at us, and Africans are told that we hate them for selling us into slavery.
That's right.
This flim-flam has been essentially imposed on us on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean to keep us divided. The thing that my favorite quote from the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, it's not Africa for the Africans, it's not up you mighty race, it's not look for me in a whirlwind, it's the thing to do is to get organized.
That's right.
Keep separated and you will be exploited, you will be robbed, you will be killed.
Yes.
Get organized and you compel the world to respect you. This issue is what has kept us apart and alienated from each other for really centuries. And that is one of the reasons why I would say self-governance by us at the moment, I will say, will be extremely difficult. That is one reason. It's attitudinal. Now, the other reasons are basically just informational. And there was a piece that was done by, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but I'll just say the first four letters and then the rest of TDKA Ma'at Kilimanjaro. And he put up a Facebook post some time ago. We have not done our homework.
Go ahead, brother.
And basically he says, I see folks shouting about revolution, talking about liberation. The first question I'd ask them is, how would you do it? And more importantly, what would you put in the place of the economic, political, cultural, and social system you now toil under? In 2026, one should remain quiet and carefully master fundamentals, and many of us do not do that. It is unfortunate that most do not take serious the task of critical thinking and developing the capacity to discern and decide. It's, however, criminal to go running around talking mess to Black communities starving for real answers. The vast majority of the riffraff running around our communities have not done their homework and don't have a clue. It's all a hustle. They have no written method, no written philosophy, no written theoretical system of formalizing ideas into scientifically summarized inferences. In other words, we like to talk a lot of stuff.
That's right.
We like to talk a lot of stuff based on our own personal opinions and based on the disinformation, the stereotypes that we have embraced. And that is another attitudinal bar for us to truly govern ourselves. Now, the other things are impacted by that. There are a few things that, and I'm not going to go into detail on these, but three concepts, and one leads to the other, leads to the other. I saw a video some time ago where someone talked about the 5 pillars of social control. And I was trying to find that video again, but I just looked it up on the old Chat GPT or Google AI, whatever it is. In sociology, social control refers to the processes and mechanisms societies use to ensure conformity to norms, values, and laws, thereby maintaining order and cohesion in sociology. While there are many ways social control operates, sociologists often identify 5 key pillars that form its foundation. 1, family. The family is the first and most enduring agent of social control. Parents and caregivers instill early norms, values, and expectations through daily interactions, discipline, and modeling. Children learn respect for authority, moral boundaries, and social roles within the family unit. 2, education. Schools and educational institutions play a major role in shaping civic norms, legal awareness, and social responsibility. Through curricular discipline and peer interactions, education reinforces societal expectations and prepares individuals to be law-abiding citizens. My own personal note to that. The first thing that we did as school children in the classroom, from kindergarten at least through middle school, at least especially through grade school, all the children in the class are asked to stand, point to a corner of the classroom, place their right hand over their heart, and utter an oath of loyalty to a 3-colored piece of cloth hanging in that corner that represented a country whose history, especially whose history of repression of our own people, we did not know. So education as a pillar of control was wielded against us from grade school. Okay? 3, religion. Religious institutions provide moral guidance, shared beliefs, and rituals that reinforce social norms. They often act as a source of legitimacy for laws and social order and can exert control through community expectations, rituals, and moral judgment. Most of us have gone to church. Most of us have been exposed to the white Jesus. Most of us have even been exposed to passages from the Bible that say, slaves, obey your master. We have all been exposed to this, and this seeps into our brains, whether we know it or not, at least subliminally. Customs and traditions, cultural practices, traditions, and societal rituals help maintain group identity and shared values. These informal norms shape acceptable behavior in everyday life, often without explicit rules, and are reinforced through community participation. And examples of that, I guess you would say, look at our holidays.
That's right.
Okay, Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. The ancient African calendar didn't start on January 1. It started like June 21. But we don't embrace that. We go 6 months away. 4th of July. We all put on our red, white, and blue, put the bunting out. St. Patrick's Day. All these black people dressing up in green saying, I'm Irish. Thanksgiving. I call it Misgiving Day. The indigenous people call it the day of mourning. We cook a turkey and we talk about how the pilgrims saved the Indians. No, the other way around. The Indians saved the pilgrims, and then the pilgrims repaid them for that with war. But people don't know the history of Thanksgiving. And so as a result, we continue to follow that custom or tradition. Number 5, law and the state. Formal social control is exercised through laws, policing, courts, and other state institutions. These mechanisms apply sanctions, fines, imprisonment, and other penalties to deter deviance and enforce compliance with codified rules. If you step out of line, if you protest in the wrong place, if you say the wrong thing about somebody in a certain place, you'll get sued, you'll get arrested, sometimes you'll be executed. So all of these things are there. And it says, together these pillars create a network of informal family, education, religion, customs, and formal law and state controls that keep societal behavior within acceptable bounds. They work in tandem. For example, a person may avoid breaking a law not only because of fear of punishment, but also because of community disapproval. In short, the 5 pillars of social control, family, education, religion, customs/traditions, and law form the backbone of how societies maintain order, guide behavior, and sustain collective life. If we want to govern ourselves, we need to be able to identify these 5 pillars of control, recognize the ones that manipulate us, and find alternatives to them. Ancestor Neely Fuller came up with 9 areas of people activity, and I'm not going to go into detail on those, but just the 9. Economics. Okay, have we agreed on an economic system for ourselves? I don't think so. Some of us are still black capitalists. Some of us are socialists. Some of us are saying, like I often do, there had to be a system that African people used before there was such a thing as capitalism, or socialism, or communism. 2, education. Systems and practices to shape our knowledge. Are we ready to instruct and teach ourselves? How strong are our own educational institutions? Too many of them depend on funds that come from our oppressor. 3, entertainment, media, culture, leisure activities. Too many of us have continued to buy a lot of the BS that the dominant society has imposed on our culture. Look at what the record industry did to hip hop. There was a group called Precise Science that was here in Baltimore some time ago. They had some of the best music I ever heard. Okay, as far as I was concerned, they could give Gil Scott-Heron a run for his money. There was this one track, and it started off with the rhyme, rap was hip-hop's demon seed, conceived when she was raped by greed. And you see it in terms of the way hip hop and rap began in New York. DJ Kool Herc and all these other brothers who were up there doing all this community related stuff in New York, and how it was essentially manipulated by the record industries to make it as violent, as misogynistic, as drug worshiping, and as gangstified as they could, because they knew that was how they would be able to A, make money, and then B, manipulate us into the kinds of behaviors they wanted to see from us. So
Hey, brother
you
Cliff,
had
I'm not to cut
yeah.
you off.
Anyway,
I got a couple more guests
break your
on.
flow.
No, I got a couple more guests on, but I just wanted to, if any advice you could give my good brother Reed, what would it be in terms of just trying to get him to learn a little something else? Because at the end of the day, I wanted him on because he is a good brother, but I wanted him
Right.
on, and then he could hear from a bunch of us and say, you know what, I'm willing to learn some of these things. What advice would you give him where to go, or what to do, or how to look at things?
Yeah, I would say, well, to start, read more. Read some. There's some like really seminal books: "Destruction of Black Civilization," "Agents of Repression," "Black Man of the Nile and His Family." There's some books of that nature that can give you a little bit of historical grounding. I'd also recommend reading a book like "Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee" to give you an idea of just how much of a forked tongue our oppressor speaks with from the perspective of the indigenous people on this landmass. I would also say he's never been to African Liberation Day. He's never been to Garvey Day. I would suggest that he go to these events, and that
Yes.
he see the fellowship that exists there, and he sees how there will be those of us from, most of us here from the United States. There'll be some of us from Africa who will be there. There'll be some of us from Central America who will be there, and to start to expose himself to more of those sources of information. One source of information will lead him down the rabbit hole to another one, to another one, to another one, to another one, and ultimately he'll gain that kind of perspective that I think he needs to recognize that those of us on the other side of the pond are every bit as much our family as those of us who are here. So I would, I think, suggest those things. And as had been said earlier, I would suggest that he, of course, stay open to you and to stay in contact with you, and to maybe surround himself with people who don't have such a negative, it seems, perspective, not only on what we can do as a people, but also what our brothers and sisters are doing in Africa, especially in areas like the Alliance of Sahel States. So that would be the advice I would give him. As far as the advice I would give to us as a people with regard to governing ourselves and organizing ourselves, I think we need to be able to look ourselves in the face and say that we are prepared to wield the economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war that Baba Neely Fuller told us were these 9 areas of people's activity. If we understand what all of these things are and what they mean, and if we know how to implement policies in all 9 of those areas that can feed our communities, that can help our people and can lift us up, then we might be at a point where we will be close to ready to truly govern ourselves. But the last thing that we have to do as a people is drop our egos and let go of what I call "I have the answerism." As I've said many times, the foremost dangerous words in Pan-African organizing are "I have the answer." And if we are able to let go of the ego in us that makes us think that my way is the only way and your way is not, then we might be able to govern it and come together, because no one person's going to be able to do it. No one of us has enough strength, power, or influence to become a dictator over everyone else. It's going to have to be a collective effort. And if it's going to be a collective effort, then we need to learn to start actually listening to each other and not arguing with each other in an attempt to score points. And too often that's what we do. We try to score points with each other. We don't listen to each other, and we don't embrace each other's wisdom and truth.
Brother Cliff, I got to do this for you. That was powerful, Brother Cliff. Real quick, because I got to get to and Cozy, you are up. You are up. Get ready. When's your next town hall meeting?
We have not scheduled our next town hall meeting yet. When it is set up, then I will see about getting word out to people. It will probably be sometime in July, and that's mainly because I'm going to be busy with a few other things. Of course, I've been talking to Bob and Charlie Duggar. I'm going to be helping him out with African Liberation Day on May 23rd when that comes up. And there are going to be a few other things that will be going on. I know Black August would be a bad time to have a town hall because of all the activities going on there, including Garvey Day. So it would probably be in July. If it is not in July, we may have one in sometime in September, maybe in mid-September. One of the organizations I'm in, SRDC, is going to have its next international summit for the second time on African soil. It's going to be in Ghana this year. May wind up doing is having what I call a pre-conference where we not only bring the community together to talk about issues that impact us here, but also talk about what SRDC and other organizations, including UNIA, are doing on the continent to include the SRDC summit coming up in October in Ghana. And we were talking in our last Secretariat Zoom call, we'll talk about it again this Sunday, about holding what we're calling activator sessions here in the United States to inform people about what's going on and to connect them better with the effort to get our voice to the world stage, whether it's through the African Union or through some other entity, but find a way to get our voice out of the United States. Do what Malcolm told us to do 60 some years ago. Stop taking our case from the wolf to the fox. Take our case to the world. He said the United Nations because the African Union wasn't there yet. But take it to the African Union if they'll let us take it there. Take it to the United Nations. They have the permanent forum on people of African descent. And find a way to globalize our issue and expose what the United States does to African people to the entire world, so that then we will be in the same position to apply that international pressure that other communities are in right now.
My man, Brother Chris, thank you so much. You know, I love you and appreciate you. And maybe close to the town hall meeting, we could do a show just on that alone, and I can bring you back.
Ashe.
All right, Brother Cliff. All right, and Cozy, you are next. But I know we got a lot of new people on. So do me a favor. If you're on TikTok, Instagram, whatever, hit that like button. We got to keep this going. This is a powerful show. And if you are on YouTube, come on now. I need the love, baby. I need the love. Hit that subscribe button. It's been 3 years. And we back. We getting it in. Before I bring my next guest on, and Cozy, you got 45 seconds. I got to play. We rocking hard now. Our next commercial. It's about the UNIA Liberty Garden. Check it out. We'll be right back. And Cozy, give me 45 seconds.
They told me I was dying, but I wasn't ready to go. I dug into the dirt, prayed over seedlings, raised chickens, bees, watermelons bursting with color. Then the UNIA said, "This isn't just a garden." They called it Liberty. Now the bees hum freedom. My backyard feeds bodies and spirits. But the fence can't hold the harvest. Our people are hungry. Our youth, they're starving for purpose. We need space. We need you. Join the UNIA. Learn to grow food inside and out. Hydroponics, farming, healing, dignity. This isn't agriculture. This is liberation. They buried us. We planted back. Not charity, sovereignty. We turned hunger into harvest. That's power.
I used to think revolution.
Baltimore don't sleep, we move. Hands in the dirt, feet on the block, food in the streets, knowledge to the youth. This ain't charity, this is power. The Universal Negro Improvement Association running the community like infrastructure. No permission, no waiting. Black self-reliance in real time. Legacy heavy, boots planted, all in the name of Marcus Garvey. UNIA Baltimore Division 106, Barker Clark. We working. That's right, family. We are working. We are working. Our sponsor, our main sponsor, of course, is the UNIA, Marcus Garvey. Again, if you like those videos and you would like one for your business or whatever, hit me up. We could work something out very affordable. And all of those things actually go to the UNIA for their things. I'm going to bring on my next guest, my brother here. What's going on with you, brother? It's a little emotional. What you think about the brother that was on first, Brother Reed? Can he be saved, brother? Can he be saved? Do I got to use these on him, brother? Do I got to use these on him?
There's a lot to unpack, bro. But in the interest of time, and I don't know what kind of time you're working with.
You good? We good.
I don't know if Brother Cliff told you from last night. I was supposed to be with you all, but I was under the weather. I'm still under the weather, so I'm gonna keep my comments tonight very brief. But I'm gonna go back to something that the first.
Bring your camera
said,
down a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. That's better.
There was
right
something that brother said that alarms me. I find it absolutely disturbing. He said he challenged you as if that was the end all. He said, do you know of any Africans?" Well, see, I can go out on the line and tell you I know many, right? I can go on the line and tell you I've been to the continent, and I can tell you without any reservations or apology, everywhere I went to Senegal, Dakar. Everywhere I went, they loved us. They absolutely loved us. And to point to your second guess, he said, and I would agree with him, that you're basing your opinion on the sellouts that are here. Not the people that are on the continent. You don't
That's
get to
right.
meet them.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't get to
right.
meet them. So you are getting a twisted idea of the love that really exists between us and them. Because see, I mean, you know me, I mean, we just come to know each other, but I eat African food just about out of 7 days a week. I eat it about 6 days a week, right? I'm in their restaurants. They treat me as if I was their brother.
That's right.
So it has a lot to do with how you open the door. I told you that there's a new African restaurant that Cliff and I went to a few weeks back. We're going to do a community mural to try to pull together that idea, because he admits that yeah, they have been told a lot of things. I got some friends that are in Ghana. I think it's in the tree language, what they call black folks. It's called a Bruni, meaning white person, black white person, right? Now, that doesn't mean all Ghanaians feel that way, but that is a term, right? And so my point is real simple. Don't base your total belief on folks who are not themselves informed.
Yes.
And like I said, because of how I'm feeling right now, I really don't want to go much further. But to answer the larger question, are we ready to govern? I would say, back to Cliff's point, uh, I'm not going to give it a hard no. I would give it a conditional that we're never going to have everyone, right?
That's right.
So we need to take a look at those who are ready,
That's right.
and make that call, and then just get busy. Stop coming up with excuses. And if anyone who knows me, I believe we have to do it with the economics. Build the economics And then by doing that through organizing, we'll come up with where we need to go. So I'm just going to close off with that, brother. Because like I said, I'm not feeling well at all, but I do believe what you're doing tonight is a powerful statement within our community, and hopefully this is getting out to a lot of people, and we will share it, and then just continue the dialogue.
Real quick before you go, give you a little quick plug on. I know you got a travel biz going up. For those that don't know, blackstartravel.net. Get your Ravens tickets. Get all your baseball tickets. But you got something that's going on for travel, where people can really save a lot of money. So just talk about that real quick before I let you go.
Not a problem. I belong to a travel company called Travorium. Travorium is not just a travel company, but is a better lifestyle company. And if we if I ever get the opportunity, and hopefully with working with Mike at the Pikes Theater, I can have a broader audience to explain. Right now, that company has a monetary system in place, a compensation plan that we could use in terms of organizing our community. Right? I mean, everyone in our community, you name the organization. What are they missing? They're missing some economics, right? I
Yes.
have a way that folks can get paid in a way that actually applies the Nguzu Saba principles, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics. And it would, because a lot of times when we look at our youth, we want to get a youth off of the streets. How are you going to get a youth off the streets with sloganism, right? Slogans ain't going to work, because slogans don't pay bills, right? And what I'm working with this travel club, man, it is amazing the amount of money that can be made, and money's not everything, but I rank it up there with oxygen. In order for me to pay my mortgage, that's money. In order to pay the cars that I've got, and I've got several, that's money, right? It determines which neighborhood you go to, where you live, what college you go to. So money should stop being dismissed. And I don't know who in the cultural community came up with this idea that some of us took a vow of poverty. That's not me, right? And so the travel company or Better Life company is just one that I've got to get this out here, because, see, unless someone else has got a better plan, put it on the table. I welcome that dialogue, because, see, I get paid when I sleep at night. Ask yourself how many people in our community get paid when they sleep at night. Most people get paid when they're on their feet at all times, right? And so I'm saying that, look, give me a model. If you got one that's better, then I'll sit down and listen. But right now, this one works. So I'll leave it at that. And if we want to revisit it, we can. I appreciate you giving me the time. And like I said, I just wish I felt a little bit better and I could really go long. You know me.
No, and look, it's always another week, another powerful topic. I got you. All right, good brother. I
All right.
appreciate you for joining.
All right.
All right. All right. We're going to go to our next guest, and then it's on you, Kevin. The next guest, Brother Mark. You ready to cam up, Brother Mark? Boy, and then Cozy, you starting to sell that thing, boy. Good God Almighty. Brother Mark, I'm coming to you, and then Brother Kevin, you are up. Brother Mark, I'm bringing you in.
Hey,
What's
brother.
up? Got a little
How
delay.
are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Your video's delaying, but I can hear you very well, so you can go ahead. So what did you think about my
Okay.
good brother that was on early?
Well, I mean, I have heard that that's not something that is unusual. It's a lot of people that share his opinion.
Yes.
I just look at things a little differently. I always feel though that by him coming on, he's somebody that you still. I think there's potential to actually win him over.
Yeah, he's a good
One of the
brother.
things that I would say, one of the things that I would say is to get involved. And so where I am, I do a lot of stuff on the community level, the neighborhood level,
Hmm.
because
Well, hold on.
you
Introduce
hear
yourself, Brother
everything.
Mark. Introduce yourself first of all. Let the people know who you are.
Okay. Mark Hughes. I mean, I generally introduce myself as a Park Heights resident, but I'm like grant writer, community organizer, part of Black Men Unifying Black Men, but really active in my community of Park Heights. For the most part, my strategy is I try to help a lot of different organizations. I try not to be everything to everybody, but I try to meet whatever need that folks have. And sometimes that's neighborhood stuff, sometimes that's organizing, sometimes that's political, whatever it is. Um, and I do that because that's the way we really connect to people. So for me, the first thing to answer your question, I'm always an optimist. As a matter of fact, people, that type of conversation, that brother, that I will be done with him in about 5, 10 minutes when he's like that. And so because that's like toxic. Like if you hear too much of it.
Yes.
But the thing is, I would probably find that there might be some things I have in common with him, right? It might be
Yes.
something where his job, we might be talking about organizing the job, right? Maybe you want to need to have a union. There is a lot that you can actually establish, and it's a lot that we do have in common, and we should try to, work on that first. Some people just not ready, and the reason why is because at the end of the day, this system is not meant for us, and we can't act like, oh, it's all there. All we gotta do is move forward. In a lot of ways, the us having even the ability to speak freely, at least dialogue with one another, is fairly new, even for Black people. I mean,
Yes.
real talk. We're not talking about since we've been over here. It's been like this. No, just this is in some of our grandparents' lifetimes. Freedoms that we're enjoying now. So we can't act like we have had centuries to build upon or multiple generations we haven't. And so when you look at it from that perspective, you understand that what we're up against is deep. You actually have to take and change somebody's mindset. That's hard. That people are pretty much at a point where, like an old Bob Marley song, redemption song about mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. It's the truth.
That's right.
A lot of people are old Public Enemy. I could just quite, I love music. I could quote so many songs. Old Public Enemy song about paying rent, being dissident, but you paying mental rent. Like people are basically parroting the language of the oppressor. And so a lot of times what we have to do is we have to call this stuff out. Um, and this is, you and I have talked. It's wonderful each month to get together with other brothers in Black Men Unifying Black Men, brothers like Brother Cliff, Bill, and just everybody, right? Because there's a lot of knowledge that they have, but the systems that we have to go around. The frustrating thing is, all right, we understand you got to make a living, you got to support your family, take care of yourselves. But in navigating your way through the system, don't adopt the whole system's practices that are not designed for us. Some people have gotten so good at it that it becomes them,
Right.
and they find ways to stop. So you mentioned Shannon Sharp, right? The great one of his the show that broke the internet is when Cat Williams talked about how there are just a series of gatekeepers that we have in our community. People that you got to go through them in order for you to get to another position.
Right.
You got to go through them to access space. You got to go through them to get a grant. You got to go, and these people, instead of them actually using that as an opportunity to help folks, they kind of put up walls. So what I feel like the first person that we got to start with is ourselves. We have to start individually doing small things together collectively. And a lot of us are. I'm actually an optimist. A lot of us are doing the work. So I actually do think it's possible. I really do think it's possible. What I understand is that it's no different than what Harriet Tubman had to go through or what Marcus Garvey had to go through. You're gonna have people who really should not be a part of it. There are some people that should not be a part of leadership, might even not need to go with us because their whole mindset is disunity.
That's right.
So
That's
I,
right.
I mean, but there's so much that can be done. The challenge that I would throw out is not about can we be united, because I think that we really can. Um, The question I would throw out is, why can't we follow the pathway that has been laid for us by many, by
Yes.
Marcus Garvey,
Yes.
by and it doesn't have to just be Garvey, right? I mean, by
A
the
lot
path
of
of
people. Malcolm, you can go on. A lot of
Malcolm,
people.
yes. So just follow that because we actually have economically, our wealth is greater than it's ever been as Black Americans. Not even talking about the rest of the world, right? Why can't we connect with other people? And in some cases we are, but that should really be greater, right? Because when you look at it, right, and I'm into sports, right? You can look at a game and watch a basketball game, brother, and see a team. There was one I was watching the other night. One team was not supposed to beat the other team. They barely made the playoffs. The other team was like coming in sky high. But this team that wasn't supposed to be good is beating them. And it's all about the strategy.
I'm making
It's
sure you
all
ain't
about
talking
your
about my
intent.
Lakers. We ain't playing yet. Just making sure you ain't talking about my
No,
Lakers.
no, no, it's not the Lakers. Because the Lakers were Lakers. No, I'm talking about Orlando and Detroit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm yeah. There's no way that they're supposed to be beaten. But hey, there. So it's about the strategy and it's about the belief that it can be done. Those are the first two things that we have to have. And the truth is, my brother, some of us don't have that. Some of us
That's right.
don't believe. And they speak it. They speak it and their actions say it. So those are not the people that need to be in leadership. But I'm one that says don't leave them behind. There's a way that they can contribute. You just don't need to lead.
Right.
Right? And so that's that's what we have to look at. But the path is there before us. We just have to put our heads together and put the work in, and it can be done. And that's just how I look at it.
Man, that was powerful. It's a shame you ducked out that panel discussion yesterday, Mark. You would have been
Yeah,
on.
that that would have been
I'm just
everything.
messing with you.
And look. The thing is, oh man, I mean, I
No, you
sure wish I
good.
had gone
Real,
because that
real,
because that was
real quick
steep.
before I let
That
you go, though, you mentioned the breakfast tomorrow morning. Just talk to people about it, where it's at, so they can come on out. And I'll probably clip it and share that to a few people.
yes. Black men unifying black men, just as Brother Michael Johnson says, it's the most powerful Saturday of the month. First Saturday of each month at 10 a.m. This next breakfast is tomorrow. It is at 4151 Park Heights Avenue, the Men and Family Health Center. It is free from 10 to 12:30, well, 10 to noon. We generally don't charge, but we do take donations to try to help support because there is a breakfast. But it's really a powerful opportunity for brothers to come and network, younger, older, doesn't matter. Come on out. We would love to have you. It is a genuine opportunity to network. And what's really great about it, and what makes me so optimistic about unity, is because that's what we do. We come together
That's
and
right.
put the breakfast together, right? Just from connections, just finding space, right? Our door was closed. I'm not going to mention what door, but the door was closed this week. Um, that shut us out from where we were going to have the breakfast, and another door was open because a brother who's elected official said, "Let me make a connection." And another brother who has access to space said, "Okay, we can make this happen." So we just pivoted, and still it was a positive into that story, brother Everett, because the center director and I are going to collaborate on a couple of things. So
Okay.
it's all right. So I just
That's
think
right.
sometimes things happen, and it might
For a
not
reason.
seem like it makes, yeah, right. But then it
For a
turns out it
reason.
was actually a chance to pivot. So
That's
that's
right.
what it's all about.
Well,
So
I
yeah, Black
appreciate you, brother
men's
Mark.
breakfast. Please come out.
Yeah, where is
Yes,
it
thank you, my
again?
brother.
Where's the brother breakfast again tomorrow?
4151 Park Heights Avenue, Men and Family Health Center.
Gotcha.
10 a.m. tomorrow. Brothers, come on out. It's a wonderful, wonderful occasion. Wonderful breakfast.
I appreciate you, brother Mark. Stay peace. Stay blessed.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, that was my good brother Mark. So yes, the breakfast is free, y'all. They ask for donations, but I mean, it's free. So you guys can come on out. I'm a Park Heights if you're in the Baltimore area. I'm going to bring on my next guest. Thank you for your patience, brother Kev. What's going on? I ain't seen you in a minute, good brother. Last time I
What's going
saw
on with you,
you,
bro?
I was over east. I had to stop by your house because I didn't want to pee in the grass. I said, yo, I got to use the bathroom. But
It's all good.
this conversation must have got to you because you called in. You was like, yo, I'm coming on. So first introduce your people.
Yeah.
Talk about your business real quick. Introduce your people. Introduce yourself
My
to the
name,
people.
My name is Kevin Bailey, and I'm a small business owner here in East Baltimore. I'm also a part of Logo Baltimore, a community nonprofit, grassroots nonprofit organization. Um, I'm just one of many, you know, just one of many. Yeah, when I heard you, this was the topic is something that I have discussion with myself a lot about, and for the most part, you say, "Are we ready to govern ourselves?"
Hmm.
Um, it's the bittersweet because my people was not ready, but my kind is ready,
That's right.
you know. And I understand both sides. What I do believe is that my people has to stop eating the gruel that was fed to them, to put themselves in a detox and a cleanse and re-educate themselves, and that comes with um, an easy beat is a process. A lot of times we want things to be a microwave success and we want to speed up the process. But then once we speed up the process, we don't know what we're headed to.
That's right.
We don't understand the steps that it takes to be together because we continue to eat the gruel that was fed to us. And until we, detox ourselves and re-educate ourselves, there's going to be always be a bittersweet. Unfortunately, we deal with that every single day. Some of us have a poverty mindset instead of a rich mindset, and we just gotta wake up and open our eyes to the truth and not what individual benefits that person, because a lot of it comes from individual benefits, and you know, as a whole, I think we become more lazy because we're receiving the handouts that's given to us and we're not working towards bettering ourselves.
That's
So
right.
if we can't better ourselves, then mentally, emotionally, we don't do better because we're not taking life into our own hands. We're waiting for someone to give us something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just I wish, like they say, everything is not for everyone and
Yes.
everyone can't go, you know? So yeah, man. So yeah, when I heard the topic, I was really like, something I always have a conversation with myself and a few other people. Um, but it's like,
It's
I battle,
needed.
I
It's
battle,
needed.
I, yeah, I battle with it. I battle with it because I am in a predominantly black community, and I'm not the type that's going to tell you something. I'm more the type that's going to show you something different. And what I've been displaying for the last past 9 years here is how to take something and create your own or create something that's beneficial to us all and just using your creativity to do these things. Um, it's like, because it's not a brick and mortar in a commercial residence, some people look down on it instead of looking at the picture of creating something that we all can benefit from. But it's not until I'm giving someone something free is when they really like, oh, okay, cool. But
Hmm.
not looking at the whole picture of someone took something that was in reach and made good on it. And, is a space where though um, a lot of information can come out, a lot of healthy information can come out, good conversations come out of it, and how we can expand by just buying into and growing it. That way we can move forward as a whole, not being divided,
I say.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you flowing, Kev, because it's I try to tell people like, we got to look at the big picture that, we're in some dire needs right now. It's not getting any better unless we make it better. We always say no one's coming to save us but us. So we gotta
Right,
stop the negative mentality of thinking, and we all are that way. I know I can be that way. I can check myself and be checked all the time. People check me all the time, like you was wrong for thinking that way, or you wrong, or let it go. That's the verse that you gotta let it go. That's what I get a lot of the times because we got to move forward. We got to move forward and we got to build. We can't just be sitting back not building with each other. Um,
right,
we running out of time, and as like you don't think about it. And then when I got older, I start thinking about not just my kids, but now my grandkids. Like I got to leave
right,
something better for them, not just financially because money can come and go. I got to leave something legacy wise for them as a community to feel comfortable with.
right.
So yeah, man, it's tough out here, and we got to build.
But it comes from the mindset of people. If people don't see something instantly grow, then they don't believe in it.
That's right. That's right.
They don't believe in it, and they don't have the patience or understanding or know how to move something forward. They look at something and say, well, if you don't have this, you can't do this, you can't do that. A lot of times it comes from, you know, the foundation that they was brought up on. A lot of times the foundation they become up on is a trauma foundation. And sometimes, the community that we live in, if we don't see certain things, we don't believe certain things.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always say I try to show someone something different because you can tell them, pull the pants up, do this, do this, do that. But if you're not doing it yourself, then they're not going to really believe you. They're not going to want to see something different. And it's just it's the mindset of people, man. It's the mindset of people, and they got to detox their mentals and re-educate themselves majorly. Um, you know, but I do understand that in every culture we do have a warrior class, and that's what a lot of individuals, as far as our people, they are the warrior class. So they just have to be, they're the ones that's gonna live and die for certain things, but they have to understand what they're dying for or what they're living for. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's you know it's a bittersweet, but I wish that we all can get on the same page. That way we all can move forward. Um, and it takes time. It takes time. But like you say, we in dying times, and we don't have the time. Um, and I think some people, they just got into a comfort zone where as though they only gonna worry about me and mines. They
Yeah.
got the me, mine, I. They got the me, mine, I syndrome. That's what I call it, the me, mine, I. And they're not looking at the bigger picture. Um, like something the gentleman said earlier, a lot of things that we see is taught to us and not actually done to us. Because I never met someone to say, "Oh, I was told to stay away from you." That never happened to me. Um, and I went to a black and white school, and I never experienced that. My neighbors now is Hispanic, and we get along well. Um, and they're moving more into the community now, and we have open conversations. So I just think that is just what we continue to choose to eat and digest versus what we should be learning or growing into.
Well, I thank you, Kev, man. That was very passionate, my brother, and I appreciate you. You always welcome on the platform anytime. What's going on with you? Got anything you still doing in events? For those that don't know, our first when we first were a division, one of the first events we did was with you, our Juneteenth event at the back lot over East. Man, that was powerful, man. It was packed out there. Now, we always, all the members always asking what's up with Kev, but I'm like, yo, Kev grinding. He got like 4 businesses. Cutting hair. he got his
Yeah,
clothing business.
so right now I'm just doing my apprenticeship as far as getting my next level, my barber's license. Um, but I am a part, like I said, I am a part of. I'm still within the community. I'm a part of Logo Baltimore. Um, it's a great friend of mine, childhood friend of mine, started a grassroots nonprofit, and we just doing things in the community, getting the kids involved, showing them something different, showing them different things they can learn trades, they can learn how to do application, they can learn they have a safe place where they can come and have a conversation and be open about it. A lot of kids in the community, man, they're hungry for love. You know what I'm saying? They're hungry for discipline. They're hungry for knowledge. And we just trying to, one at a time, just show them something different and hope that we can embody um, parents, grandparents, cousins, moms, and dads to follow the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we doing now. We did a few events, back to school events. We did a hat, socks, and glove giveaway um, right during the winter time. Um, we still have merchandise that we still giving out because we still have things left over. Um, and we just just keep fighting and keep going forward. As far as myself, man, I'm just been still grinding, still working, still pushing out. A lot of times, I, I can't make the outer events because I'm a one man show.
Right,
I'm here
right.
from the shop.
You got a
About time
family
I
too.
close down. Right, about time I
Yeah.
close down. It's 9 o'clock at night. Today was an early day for me, so I was like, no, I'm gonna make sure I get on. Um, and it's just, a constant grind. And I tell people, there's always boots in the ground with me, because I have to lead by an example, not just talking. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you what someone should be doing, but if I'm not showing someone that, then they're not gonna really fully understand. And sometimes they still don't understand. But
No
you
doubt.
know, it's best for me to create something for creators, thinkers, and those that want to build. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I
That's what it's about
appreciate
here.
you, Kev. I'm gonna bring in my
I
next guest, but
appreciate
hit
you.
me up, my good brother. You know I love you.
All right now, take it
All
easy.
right, you got it. Peace. All right, family. This is powerful, man. This is powerful. For the people on TikTok, I apologize. We must have got put off. But I jumped back on. So if you guys are on, I don't know if I can share your comments. And I do see a couple people on Instagram. No one I don't think's commented from Instagram yet. Not unless this might be a TikTok. No, this gotta be Instagram. I don't think TikTok can. I don't know. We streaming all over. That might be Twitch. But we are all over, y'all. We are all over, and this is a good thing. So I don't see a lot of people in the system when you're on Instagram and TikTok. I got to go outside the platform. But I got another guest I'm about to bring in. Cartace, hold on real quick. I'm going to play this quick video, and then I'm going to bring you in, good brother. Hold on real quick.
It starts the moment we open our eyes. We're born with emotion. Life shapes it. Challenges sharpen it. The world throws chaos at us, but we learn the patterns. We master the storm. We fall, but together, we rise. This isn't just fashion. It's armor. It's proof you've earned every piece of who you are. Emotional intelligence. Wear your evolution.
All right, family, that's a black-owned company, Emotional Intelligence. So definitely hit me up. Support the black-owned. The clothing is tight. Emotional Intelligence, my man Artie Gray. Definitely support the brother. I'm going to bring in my next guest.
Hey,
Brother, you was commenting, so I know you pumped up about to go in, good brother. I know you pumped to go in. You was going crazy in the
why you
chat.
think I'm gonna go in?
No, I'm messing with you though. But first of all, please introduce yourself to the family. Talk about what you're doing, and then
Trying to
you can
get
go in.
this camera. Wait a minute, hold up.
All right.
Trying to get this camera right. All
Yeah,
right,
gotta
this thing is
kind of
on.
go the other way.
The other way. Hold up. I was in there all right. Hold up. I might just hold it.
Hold on, let me see if I can do something on my end for you real quick. Hold tight real quick. Let me see if I. Oh, there you go. You look better. There you go, right there.
Yeah, else I'll hold it like this.
Okay.
So, will you, I'm somebody who's in the arts, but I'm more about the content of the art than as far as like being entertaining. I care about being entertaining, but I also care about what is in it, um, the content of what I put out. I'm an actor, I'm a singer, recording artist, I'm a screenwriter, playwright, a songwriter, director, and filmmaker. And I use my artistry to uplift and empower the Black community and to bring the Black community together. Um, and to have us look at each other with understanding and love, the understanding and love that we tend to give to other races over our other people, over our own people. Um, as far as the whole African diaspora thing, I'm always about promoting the love between the African diaspora. I'm not for the diaspora wars. I'm
Right.
totally against diaspora wars. I'm about bringing our people together across the globe. So that's where I stand. I heard the brother that you had on earlier. I'm not going to go in on him, but you already know I don't agree with what he was saying. I personally know a lot of continental Africans who see African Americans as family. I also know I also know some Caribbean Africans who are also the same way. So when I hear Black people say that Black people or they say that Africans don't like us, um, we have to understand that we have people all across the globe who have been indoctrinated and brainwashed.
That's right.
They have people over there that's been indoctrinated and brainwashed, just like they have people over here the same way. I mean, and when I hear them say that some continental Africans don't like us, well, I'm like, well, some of our fellow African Americans don't like us
That part.
for the same reason, because of the indoctrination and the brainwashing and all that. So that's where I stand, you know. And as I mentioned, I am in the arts and I'm a writer, and I have a play that actually we debuted last year. I think you know Eartha Harris.
Yes. I was trying to get her
Okay.
on here. I sent her the link. She probably didn't get it.
Well, there's a play with a sister by the name of Tamika Addison called Between Us, which we debuted at Eartha Spot last year in July, on
Hmm.
July 19th of 2025. We debuted the play there, got a lot of positive feedback. We
You
also
had
did
broke up a little bit. What's the name of the play?
Between Us.
Between Us. Okay.
Yeah. Um, we did it at Earth Spot on July 19th last year. And we really got, a lot of positive feedback. Everybody who was in the audience liked it. We just did it again recently, last month, on April 10th and 11th at the Empowerment Temple. Um, we did two performances. We had an audience. We didn't have as big an audience as we should have had.
Hmm.
But the audience who was there really appreciated it, and they were blown away by the honesty in this play. This play is totally honest. It's totally unapologetic. It doesn't coddle white feelings. It's about us as a people and us coming together. The premise of the play is you have this Black family that lives. Some of them live in an all-Black town that we call Mother Nation, and it's the matriarch's birthday. The family comes together to celebrate her birthday. Um, You still have some family members that live in what we call the matrix, where we live now, plantation. Some of those people who still live in the matrix come over to melanation to the party, who love it in the matrix, and they don't see why we want to be separated and all that. So there's a lot of discussions that come about in this play that talk about the power of having our own. Um, and we talk about things in the Bible that keep us beholden to the system.
Mm-hmm.
How we've been brainwashed to be beholden to the system. So there's a lot of powerful things in this play. This play also pays homage to Black people who were killed under the guise of so-called white supremacy, which I call white inferiority, because that's what it actually is. It's white inferiority. It's not white supremacy. People who really, when people feel really superior to you, they don't even bother with you. The reason why white folks stay on our backs is because they know that we're not inferior.
That's right.
They really feel inferior to us.
That's
That's
right.
why they keep bothering us. Let us alone. We had our own successful Black times and so forth. But in this play, I put everybody in one family, and I pay homage to certain people. Like the parents in this play, the mother's name is Fanny, named after Fannie Lou Hamer,
Mm-hmm.
who was famous for saying, "I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired." The father name is Nat, named after Nat Turner. Uh, we know who Nat Turner was.
Right.
Uh, in the play, he's also a preacher, like Nat Turner was a preacher, but he's not your traditional preacher. And they have 4 grown children. The oldest son's name is George. Now, at the time when I named that character George, I wasn't really thinking about George Floyd at the time. I was just kind of giving him that name because the name George kind of reminded me of a white boy name, like a white, because the
Yeah, I
character
got
George
you.
played is kind of whitewashed. Okay, he's married to a Black woman, but he's still whitewashed, right? Because and so then you have another son who is in his late 30s. His name is Trayvon. He's named for Trayvon Martin. And I know Trayvon Martin was a teenager when he was killed, but in this play,
Right.
Trayvon is a grown man with a teenage son of his own. And
Okay.
in this play, Trayvon's son is named Ahmaud, after Ahmaud Arbery.
Oh wow.
And in the play, his son Ahmad is a track star because Ahmad likes to go running.
Right.
Um, then
So
they
it's real
have
subliminal, I see.
then they have another brother named Tamir, which is named after Tamir Rice. Now
Okay.
Tamir Rice was 12 years old when he was murdered. But in this play, Tamir is 34. But he's a grown man, but he still he's a big kid at heart.
Right.
So he's running around in the play. He's running around in the play wanting to play cops and robbers and playing with a paper airplane and all that kind of stuff. Um, so he has a really powerful monologue in the play where he's like really speaking for Tamir Rice. So he goes back and forth between being a little kid in the mind and being an adult. It's a very powerful monologue that he does, talking about his experience of being murdered by that cop. Um, Trayvon also has a monologue in the play, and then they have a sister named Brianna. Brianna is named after Breonna Taylor, who we all know she was at home in bed trying to get some sleep after working hard all day as an EMT. She was at her home trying to get some sleep when they burst into her house, which they had the wrong address, by the way, and they murdered her while she was in bed trying to get some sleep. So in the play, Brianna, every time before she speaks, she yawns before she says one of her lines because she's tired, because she didn't get to get her sleep, right? Um, so it's a really deep play, um, you know, and yeah, there's another character in there named Freddie. Freddie is actually the son of the character George and his wife Tatiana, which is Tatiana, played by my co-write, and I also played a part of Trayvon in the play. Um, they have a son named Freddie, which is named after Freddie
Freddie
Gray.
Gray. Got you.
Yeah, so the play addresses a lot of issues. It addresses the fact that we should have our own, because as I mentioned, in this play, you have a part of the family that lives in an all-black town where where we run everything. We have our own government, we have our own judicial system, and all that, and our own hospitals. So we don't have to put up with the shenanigans of white tea people, but
Right.
we run our own things. And like I said, you have people from the family that still live in the matrix, who love it in the matrix. So there are some powerful conversations that ensue in this play, talking about the fact that we should have our own and we don't have to put up with this and that. Got a couple of characters in the play, for lack of a better term, that are kind of Sambo, kind of like,
Right.
because it's important to have those characters in there because they are real. Because we have a lot of people nowadays that have those characteristics that don't want to see Black people separated. They want to stay beholden to the system,
Right.
because they want to believe that racism is going to go away one day, and it's not going. It's not going anywhere. It's
That's
not going
right.
anywhere. So this play is very honest about that. And like I said, the last time we did it, we've only done it 3 times. The first time was at Earth Spot last year, and then we just did it recently last month on April 10th and 11th at the Empowerment Temple. Right
Okay.
now, I'm in works to get it done somewhere else.
You try
I think it was
Pikes?
discussed.
You try
Uh,
Pikes? Because that's a nice little theater. It's smaller, but you might be able to get some
no,
people on that one
I haven't
side.
tried. I mentioned it to the guy who owns it last year, but at the time he said he wasn't doing anything like that. This is a live production, right? It's
Yeah,
not
he
a
might
movie.
he
So,
might be changed because we're doing a lot of panel discussions and stuff in there. But I'll check at the breakfast tomorrow. I'll check for you.
all right, because you just have to have the space to do it
Yeah,
because it's a
that's
live production.
right, right,
That's
right.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely,
Yes.
man. Definitely let me know. We probably can get some information or flyer or something, and we can the next time you do your show, we can definitely push it and promote it. I got you, Coffee.
I appreciate that. I mean, you saw one of my films. I think you saw. Have
Yes,
you
I
seen one of
did.
my films a
It was
couple
on
of years ago?
it's on that website. Yeah, that was tight.
It was on a black owned. It was on a black owned streaming service. It's not currently up right now. The streaming
Okay.
service is not currently up. At the time, it was a black owned streaming service that was actually created by a friend of mine who's also an actor and a writer. It was called Stream DMV, which all the content on there was by mainly black filmmakers from DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Yeah, so you saw it, and I think the guy Frank Shaw saw it. My
Yes.
film.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my secretary at the UNIA. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I might even get with you because our convention's coming up. So members out of town to see a play, that'd be good too in August. So we're working on
Okay.
some things. I'm trying to get down next phase, so that might be a good time too. They got the stage there, but it might not be enough. But I definitely rap to you about it for sure.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, brother Cartace. Thanks for coming in and being a part of the conversation, my brother. Anytime you want to log in, definitely log in. I got you.
Okay. Well, how long you been doing this? I
I
didn't know
would.
you had a podcast.
It was crazy. I was doing it and I stopped 3 years ago. I got
Uh-huh.
caught up in the
Okay.
UNIA. So everybody kept asking me to come back and do it because it was good. We would interview people that are business owners and, stuff
Yeah.
like that. And so I'm going to try to get back to that. Next week, I'm going to do the podcast, but I'm also going to try to interview somebody that has a book out. Sam Rollins that just came out with a book. So try to do all that and keep it entertaining. And, I have fun. I ain't the serious type. So we trip
Right.
as well. But I stopped.
Right.
And I kept saying I'm gonna come back, and I never did. And then I looked; it was like 3 years. And then everybody was like, "You should just try it and see if you want to continue it." And so we on the UNIA
Yeah.
Rock Media platform. So I said, I can try to see how long. So hopefully everybody
Mhm.
still likes it, and we chop it up in parts and push it out. So I definitely chop up this part about
Okay.
your play and stuff, and do like little shorts and stuff. So hopefully everybody likes it, and
I
we keep
appreciate it.
engaging in some powerful conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. All right, I'll be tuning in.
All right, I appreciate you, good brother.
Thank you.
All righty.
I appreciate you again. All right,
Uh-huh.
peace.
Peace. All right, that was my brother Cartace. All right, family, I'm going to play one more video, and if nobody logs in, I'm going to read some comments, and we're going to close out. So check this one out, and I'll be right back with you.
"60 seconds to erase this city or rebuild it from scratch. This isn't pre-rendered. No soundstage, no green screen. Every explosion, every storm, every alternate reality. We don't imagine worlds, we manufacture them. The future doesn't wait, and neither should your story. I didn't just save the world, I authored it. Dynamic Media Legacy. Your vision, our worlds. Built-in AI. Faster, bigger, impossible.
All right, family, remember Dynamic Media Legacy. If you need AI videos to promote your business, we definitely very affordable for a Black-owned business. And I'm just going to go over a couple of the comments and read. If you wanted to join in the closeout, do it now, my brother. Do it now. That was Reed early trying to get the link. Peace and blessings, brother Keith Scott, former mayoral candidate, logged in. Sister Cindy, are you bringing solutions or problems? That was probably talking to Reed. Keith Scott, because most black people main function in survival, a proper leader will show you how to grow. I agree, leadership is important. Sister Cindy, that's that indoctrination. You're right. Ross Fire, blessings all. Blessings, prayers, UNIA, unity, unity, unity. That's right. We got to stop all of this and focusing on what people think. It's always about unity. Salute, Ross Fire. Salute, Fire. He is not listening to understand. He is listening to respond. I agree with you. I agree wholeheartedly with you. Tops unisex. Those at home and those abroad. That's right. We won. People are looking at us as one. So, you know, you can talk about you worried about the people over here and you not messing with Jamaicans and Africans don't mess with us, all this or that. But globally, they're uniting to keep people of melanin down. So, you know, division is not going to help. We got to stop and try to bring those people on board and let them know we're not that way. And they should let us know they're not that way. Unity is the key. Global African love. Yes, Cindy Camp. Global African love. Brother Cartace, I was just on. The majority of continental Africans I have met see us as family. I'm telling you, yes. Lindsey Jones here speaking facts. I don't know who you're speaking of, my queen. I'm hoping that was your sister because I said my queen. Kelly Felder, facts. I think she was talking about Brother Pandemus, the animated Pan-African. Salute. Have a nice day, UNIA. Black top 5. Race first, brother president. Race first, my brother. Mahimi, race first, family. And even when other races don't get along within their own race, they still stick together when it comes down to it. That is right. Organize, organize, organize. That's right. It's all about organization. I believe Brother Cliff said that. I totally disagree. We can govern ourselves with a little bit of assistance from all the people. I agree with you, Brother Keith Scott, meaning all the people that are on the same page, not the people that don't want to. Bro, Elder's cooking. That's Pandemus talking about Brother Cliff. Brother Cliff was on fire today. Sister Nzinga, pledge allegiance to the flag. Yo, she was talking about when Brother Cliff was talking about the flag and the pledge and stuff like that. By the way, for those that don't know, Sister Nzinga was Lady President of the division of the UNIA under Baba Tunji. Shout out to Baba Tunji who gave us his blessings. Powerful, strong brother that was carrying the UNIA for a long time in Baltimore. I pledge my body, mind, and spirit to the defense, protection, and security of the red, black, and green. Pandemics, when we were talking about the pledge, when Brother Cliff was saying how people are indoctrinated in elementary to put their right hand over the heart and say a pledge to the red, black, and green flag. The pledge of the UNIA to that red, black, and green is I commit my body, mind, and spirit to the protection, defense, and security of the red, black, and the green. So shout out to Pan, who jumped on it as well. And I think this is a response to Brother Cliff as well. The Declaration of Rights of Negro Peoples of the World. I think he was talking about something that we need to get in order to be able to, govern ourselves. I believe it's 12 complaints, 53 declarations. But Pan, I don't know if he's still on, but I believe it's 12 complaints, 53 declarations. I could be wrong, but I know I'm close. 12 complaints, 53. I should know that. But Declaration of Rights of Negro Peoples of the World, powerful. Oh, my sister from Detroit in the house. Speak, brother. Recognize those propagandas of social control. That's right. It's all social propaganda. I hope you're not an agent, Reed. I hope you're not an agent, brother. I hope you're not an agent. God dang, things have changed. I'm blackity black artist created, and I get dissed by some other black people because I go against the status quo and they want a seat at a white controlled table. Even some of the black people who claim they are black first don't help to promote my artistry. I feel you, Cartace, but you got to keep pushing. And just like this podcast, there's not a lot of people that's going to support this when you're doing real work. But we got to keep pushing for the people. It only takes one person to get the information. Only takes one person. That was Pan just putting up, it looks like a heart. Okay. Almost finished, fam. I always like to go over your comments just to make sure I ain't miss because you guys took the time. And I'm sorry if you're on TikTok. I got to figure out a way to get your comments on TikTok. And I got to double check with Instagram too to make sure that that's working right. Okay, that was Brother Cliff talking about the link to get on. And this is Brother Sam. Sam Morales, blessings, brother. Peace, Brother Sam. Next week, I'm going to try to get you on the show so we can do an interview, or I don't know what the topic is going to be, but if you do come on to comment on the topic, we can talk about your book, or maybe I can just interview you and just do an extra show. I'll see how that works, Sam, but next week. And so I got to get that book. And I'm driving around, Sam, so I'll meet with you tomorrow this weekend, and we could talk about your book. Powerful brother. Sam's like a big brother to me. I could tell you some stories about Sam back in the day. West Side Soldier over East Cutting Hair. That's my brother. I love him to death. And just to see how he's evolved. We've all evolved from kids in the Emerson Village out in the street trying to figure things out in life to a place of him being an author. It's amazing. So, Sam, I got to get you on. And I think that's it, family. We're about to close out. Reed, you didn't call back. I was going to let you at least close out. But I'm hoping the reason I wanted him on because, one, he got a lot of energy and he's funny as hell. But two, there's a lot of people that think like him. And if we can reach out and give information just so people can hear the positivity that's going on in the community, the positivity that's going around the world globally. People have to understand, we talk about the UNIA, the U is for universal, it's global. Marcus Garvey believed in a global race first mentality, and that's why they had to take him out. So all of this stuff about separation and stuff, it doesn't help. It never helps. We got to be unified under that banner. As you know, I say the red, black, and green, and we got to come together. So if you want me to answer the question, are we ready to govern ourselves? I believe we are, but the ones that aren't, they got to be left out of the equation, and they got to be treated. I'm sorry to say this, but you got to be treated as not in the community till you get a little what we call get right and act right. You know what I'm saying? So on that, family, I greet you all with Race First. We've been on for a minute. Brother Sam said, I got you. All right, Brother Sam, we're going to hook up, and I'm going to close out. And remember, man, next Friday, we're going to try to do Fridays. I'm going to try to do more, but I doubt it very seriously. But I'm going to try to do more. This is an interesting show. And so we want the shows to be interesting, passionate, but also entertaining. I don't want y'all to go to sleep on me. You know what I mean? And I want everybody to feel like they can, and whenever the topic, just jump on. It doesn't matter if you was on 1 week to the next. Let's just build. The show's not for me. It's for you. And it's UNIA. You know, we're doing it through the UNIA channel now. So it's definitely powerful. UNIA Rock Media. So family, I love you. We are out of here. Stay blessed. Real truth and power, health, wealth, and knowledge yourself. Race first. Reed, I still got these, baby. I still got these. Emerson Village, I won that fight.
Health, wealth, knowledge of self, uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Real truth and power. Health, wealth, knowledge of self, uplifting the community. Let's talk about it. Real truth and power. Health, wealth, knowledge of self, uplifting the community. Let's talk about